What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy J Star back again, man. So I know I didn't do the first look of the Thursday night showdown. We just gonna get into, the full strategy in this. So as we always do, man, when I do these videos, man, I go over the defense, the scheme and everything, so that way we can know how offensively you supposed to attack those type of defenses and stuff like that. So that way we can get the best captain plays, as well as flex and all the way down to some sleeper plays if need be. Also going over what I want to say. Oh, position fantasy points that each team is giving up, because I know that's very important. So the teams, these defenses, we got Atlanta playing a 3-4 defense. We got Carolina playing a 4-3 defense. We do have an injury for Atlanta's defense. AJ Terrell is still out. He plays right side cornerback. So if they, any receiver out wide, then has a better chance than, on the right side at least. So I know, what is that? I would say we have like Terrace Marshall Jr. probably is out wide like that, and then DJ Moore they can move over there too as well. Even though he used to be just a slot receiver, but they've been moving him around more. Now I see with the new coaching and stuff like that. It looks like I'm kind of scared about this game because the fact that PJ Walker, played and then got taken out of the game for Baker Mayfield, and Sam Darnold is back now too. It's really scary with this game to me because I just feel like if somehow, since this is a rivalry still, if somehow Carolina comes out and stinks it up with PJ Walker, I just could see them putting in Sam Darnold randomly or something, or Mayfield, randomly, like just putting one of them in the game, and it just would suck. Like, because if they do well, then it's like, yeah, you went with PJ Walker today thinking that he could do well. Like, he did do good the last time they played, like one of his best games too right here. So it would really suck if he go out there and throw some picks like he did throw a pick in this last game, but it's like how many picks does he need to throw for them to take him out? We don't know if it could be one and just a fumble or something like that happens and they take him out. So it's really scary to take the quarterbacks here. It sucks. And especially, like I said, with Sam Darnold also being in the mix too now. So let's see though. I'm gonna just go over positions that what the points is given up first before we start really trying to build these lineups. So at quarterback for the Falcons, they're giving up about 22 fantasy points right now, which is 6th in the league for fantasy points to quarterbacks. At running back, they're giving up 24 fantasy points. Receiver, man, they're second in the league, man, almost near 48 fantasy points basically. And then tight end, they're giving up 15 fantasy points. I have defense, they're giving up about 5 points to defenses. And then kicking they're giving up about seven close to almost to 8 points though. So then on the other side for the Panthers, they're only giving up about 17 points, I have here, I believe, at quarterback. And then at running back, they're giving up 29 points. So a lot of points there at least. And then at receiver, they're giving up about 36 points to receiver. At tight end, they're giving up 11 points. And then on defense, they're giving up about 7.7 points. So near 8 points for defense for the Panthers. And it was what they're giving up. And then kicking wise, they're giving about 8.8, so near 9 points there for kicking. So, okay, so since the Falcons play a 3-4 defense, you're going to need to kind of attack the middle of the field. You want to attack like the slot, the tight end, and if you dump it off, or once you kind of establish that, the run kind of could open up because then it causes the linebackers to back off a little bit. So it gives up about 5 yards per carry type of thing, could happen there. So they just need to be able to establish some type of passing game, so. And then also will open up like one-on-ones out wide and stuff eventually. But, you got to make sure you have those type of weapons out wide that get those type of targets and stuff like that, which I don't know if the Panthers really have enough of those weapons other than like DJ Moore. We saw him hit, but my thing is like you would take DJ Moore anyways in this lineup when you're trying to build up because of the fact that he played the slot. So you would pick him anyways, not even for, to be out wide taking a deep shot like that. They used to have like Robbie Anderson or something like that to be that person. Terrace Marshall, I mean, I haven't seen a lot from him, but I do know they've been using him a little bit more, at least lately. So you could take a shot there if you want, but like I said, it's just we want to first establish them, attacking the middle of the field first. It sucks that they don't have a legit like tight end like a Kyle Pitts on this team because it would be perfect. And then I would say On the other side, though, since the Panthers play a 4-3 defense, you want to try to establish the run first, and then from there, you would take, your shots out wide, because you'll have one-on-one matchups and like man-to-man things like that. But what I've noticed too, though, so I'm gonna go over like the Atlanta plays, because what I've noticed about 4-3 defenses is running quarterbacks do really good against 4-3 defenses. And if you look right here, is like he played them last time and he put up 24 for Mariota, right? The rush is better for quarterbacks that already are running quarterbacks against 4-3 defense, because when you play a 4-3 defense, I look at like how Rodgers was running against Detroit, and we all can say, yeah, he was like, everybody was covered, nobody was getting open for him. But my thing is, when he did run, he was running against Rodgers, y'all. Like he ain't no Lamar Jackson. He broke one, I believe, almost for like 20 yards when we needed like 16 yards, and it's because 4-3 defenses play man, so a lot of people's backs are to the quarterback. So all that does is open up for like a quarterback like Mariota who can run. Is he see everybody's back to him, he gone. Like he has the speed, he can be gone for about 50 yards, stuff like that, 43 like the last time. So what I noticed here is, like, you look at Cincinnati, he ran 6 times, you know what I mean, for 31 yards right here. And what, he fumbled? Okay, but he had 12 points there. Carolina, ran 6 times, 43 yards. San Francisco, another 4-3 defense here. He ran 6 times, 50 yards. You know what I mean? Like, Tampa Bay is a 3-4 defense. Yes, he did run and did pretty well, but it's just like I noticed that, yeah, he's running 6 times, 6 times, 6 times. He's going to get that. So I noticed that period, like all quarterbacks now that I went back to go look at, I'm like, yeah, they're running against 4-3 defenses when they're rushing quarterbacks already. So they're definitely going to be in play to either be a captain or just have a decent game. So, definitely Mariota has to be in play because of that. Him having what I want to say, Cordell Patterson back, definitely I feel like he's going to be in play because the RPO option is definitely should work. When you got Mariota, you got to be concerned of, as well as Cordell Patterson breaking out of the backfield. Also, though, I'm like, they still did use Algier. I don't know if it was because it was on a short week, so they didn't want to go heavily on just Cordell Patterson. But I mean, it did show that they still did use Algier still. And let me see. So other than that, I think like Kyle Pitts is okay. I don't really mind saying that he could possibly be captain here, because in a 4-3 defense, if stuff is breaking down and you're not getting time in the pocket, you're probably looking at, your tight end. But this team has played so different, and it's like Kyle Pitts is actually their number one receiver. Like they don't put him in the tight end position all the time. He's most of the time lined out wide as a number one receiver. So I got to put him then as basically being that big play, off of once you establish that run, you're looking for a big play one-on-one to toss the ball up to, you're looking for Kyle Pitts then over Drake London so far right now, and over every other receiver that's on a team. So that's why I got to say Kyle Pitts is definitely in play to be captain here. Besides that, though, I don't think there is any other plays here. But if I had to go to just my flex options for this game, it looks like, let's see. So Carolina is giving up, I say 29 at running back. So we already got Cordell Patterson there. We got Kyle Pitts, which they're giving about 11 points there for tight end, which last time we saw he put up like 19. So definitely he's got to be in play. For kickers, they're giving up about 7 points, which last time I believe, though, Younghoe Koo had 14 points. So we definitely got to say he's going to be an option to be just a flex option there. And then who else did I want to say here? It looks like we got 36 fantasy points at receiver, and we already got Kyle Pitts because he's basically a wide receiver. We can put Drake London in play. It's just that like his targets have just not really been there. And then especially like if you go look at the 4-3 defenses, I don't know what it is, but his targets aren't he's not doing well against those defenses. So I'm gonna toss him in there, but it's a hard play there because you need more targets. And I'm trying to see who else is like Algier is definitely gonna still be in play. If they're gonna still look at, if you see here, he still had 10 opportunities and he had 99 yards. Still caught a reception, caught it for 24 yards too. So that was really good to see. And this team seems like they're more of a run team than they are a passing team because they have a rushing quarterback. He's going to run. The running backs are pretty good with Cordell Patterson at least. So they're gonna run more than it's like they're throwing. And it seems like if anything, when they get to the goal line, they do look for Kyle Pitts though, because he's a big body receiver basically out there. And like I said, he's going into the middle of the field. It's less, I want to say, like double coverage happens there. So that's why he's able to do good, especially on the red zone and things like that. Carolina gives a 8.8 to defenses. So I gotta say, even though the Falcons defense, we know they've been trash, but it's just like, it's just a rivalry. You never know, man. And like I said, this quarterback stuff that's going on, controversy that they got going on right here, man, it just feels like PJ Walker is going into this game with a lot of pressure. So, I mean, he could end up, making a lot of mistakes. Baker comes in, makes some mistakes. Sam Darnold, so I got to say Falcons defense is going to be in play to be in a flex option there. And that's about it, really, because you can't really count on everybody else here. I mean, I would take Bird as a gamble shot, but because he played good the last time and they gave him targets. But I mean, Zacchaeus is getting a little, whack targets and stuff like that. Like, I don't really know, man. Like, the other plays here are kind of weak, like, it's just so I would rather trust the defense, or if not the defense, then, Younghoe Koo, the kicker, before I even trust any of those other receiving options, period, basically. Like I said, Bird is probably the best one just because he can hit on a deep route or something like that. But besides that, let's go. We're going to move off of this. Go to the other side here. So since they're going against a 3-4 defense here, like I said, you need to attack the middle of the field. If DJ Moore is going to stay in the slot more in this game, then he definitely has ways to get there to be captain. As well, like I said, if he lines out where the replacement for AJ Terrell, then definitely he has the opportunity there. Terrace Marshall, like I said, he's getting decent amount of targets. Actually got into the red zone finally, so maybe he's in for another red zone play here. But we need more yards to really get us to the captain play here. So I don't really know if I would put him, man, like, and I feel like we need a consistent 9 targets a game too. So I don't know if I would say he's captain eligible, but I mean, you could take a shot there. What I'm trying to say here. So who else do I want to look at? Of course, the thing is, this was bad. We got Chuba Hubbard is supposed to be it looks like he's gonna be cleared. I mean, I know he was able to practice on Wednesday or something like that, or not Wednesday, but like Tuesday or something. He fully practiced. They said he was ready. I thought he was gonna be ready to go, but now I guess listed as questionable. It would have just been best for him just to be ruled out, because it would just be easy to say, yeah, Foreman again. We already saw what he was able to do last time. But now it kind of sucks, because like Chuba Hubbard could be in play as well as Foreman, So I would say these 3 options would be my best options here for captain. If we leave this and then go to flex only, like flex options too, I think all these are in play here. And it's supposed to be raining still. I just wanted to check that again. I think it might be, but I heard it's supposed to be like little. It's not that bad. It looks like it's like 40% chance or something like that, I believe, in rain. So, even though these type of teams, being that they're not really that great, they probably lean to the run anyway. So basically what I'm trying to say is both of these running backs could be in play, and the other side is the same way though, because they're using both of the running backs. But Foreman, Hubbard, and then of course I'm gonna go ahead and put Terrace Marshall in there. And then let's see, because we're looking at 15 points for Falcons at tight end. Ah man, this is whack here, because like I said, this team doesn't have a tight end, so it really sucks. Like Trimble, he's got 4 targets the last 2 games at least. You could say he could be in play, because Ian Thomas, I don't think is really getting targeted anymore. So yeah, like you could say Trimble could be in play then at flex. Then it's a cheap option here. I don't think there's anybody else like below this. Just want to make sure though. Let's see, Baxton, Ferkser for Atlanta, Sullivan. Let's just make sure something right here. Did he get targets? He had 2 targets last time they played him. So why he didn't play the Cincinnati game though? That's weird. Unless he just got ruled out or something. I know Chenault is back, so I could say Chenault is definitely in play too then. could be in play there for a flex option. Since they do give up so many points to receivers, so definitely I would say we got Terrace Marshall, we got DJ Moore, we got Chenault. All the receivers definitely gonna be in play here, because they just give us so many. And Chenault is a good receiver, I feel like. But the only thing is gonna be kind of weird, like, are they still just gonna use him as like a Swiss Army knife type player, or are they gonna move him? Because he's been a slot receiver, and it's just kind of crazy because like DJ Moore is slot receiver, but they might just have to line him out wide in this game to put Chenault in there, in the slot. And if he does get in the slot and he's out there like 70% of the time running routes, he should be able to do really good, because this is where you want to attack the their defense anyways. So definitely there. What is it? Kicker is the most other points that we can toss in here. And so who we have at kicker here? Said Panera. Oh God, I could have swore he wasn't a good kicker. I could have swore he misses like kicks. So I mean, you could definitely take a chance here, but I think it might be a gamble, because I could have swore Eddie is a kicker that misses a lot of kicks. Shi Smith hasn't been really getting that many targets, and I feel like they probably would rather just go with Chenault, since they traded for him and everything like that. So I think Chenault might be in play, like I said, for 3,000 here. And that's about it. So just trying to think, where should we be going to attack this game here? Hopefully, the weather doesn't mess up anything, because it should be a receiver from Carolina, man. And then let me see, for touchdowns per game these teams are giving up. So Falcons right now is giving up near 3 touchdowns a game. Panthers giving up about 2. And it looks like, let's see, where are these touchdowns coming from, so we can try to really narrow this down to who we want to put in the captain spot. So it looks like for Falcons and the Panthers, they both giving about 1 rush touchdown in each game and stuff like that. And then it's about 1 touchdown in the pass from the Panthers. So that's why they end up giving up only 2. And then Falcons giving up about 2 touchdowns in the pass. So definitely hearing that, and just like reading on to those little notes there. And then of course they're giving up like 300-yard bonuses too. And that's what it sucks about the quarterback play here, because like, man, like, PJ Walker could be the quarterback for sure, you know what I mean? But it's just that, man, if he make a mistake, like, are they gonna pull him right out, like, for real, or are they just gonna let this ride, like they was letting it ride before, so I'm thinking though, DJ Moore could be a good captain, man. He really could be a good captain. But man, I kind of want to go with the running back. Man, do I want to go with the running back here? It just sucks, because like, I wish Chuba Hubbard was just ruled out, because Foreman would be like a good running back to me. Like last game he only had 7 touches, but I know they got down real big, so I'm sure they just abandoned the run. I don't think they will probably do that, since he already was able to do well. But and he's a home running back, so yeah, I gotta say he should get more touches here. I'ma still roll with DJ Moore. I don't think I want to take the quarterback, man, just because I'm nervous, man, on like him not them not being for sure thing, just a for sure thing. I definitely like Mariota, just because it's a 4-3 defense, like I said, and they're gonna be manned up, and he's gonna take off, and automatically I feel like he might give me 5 points. And then it's just on the fact that I do believe that he will either rush in a touchdown maybe himself, or at least throw 1. So that at least going to give me near close to, I'd say like 14, 15 points at least, or something like that. So, and I think that could be in play and needed from him. Let's see. Defenses. Let's see. Who's the worst? Who's supposed to give up the most points defensively? It's the Panthers. Oh, man. Because I noticed defenses they've been in a lot of lineups lately, man. People been just defenses, people not scoring a lot, man, in these games lately. But in this game, it says about 2 to 3 touchdowns on one side. Last time, though, I could have swore defense didn't even do bad still, even though they was getting scored on. Why is it spinning so long here? Goodness gracious, can we figure this out? Okay, come on now. Okay, great. So like, I'm just trying to see. Last time we had 8 points, even with the score being crazy. But I know they did score a touchdown, but like, I mean, then that means the notes is kind of right then. Like, they really got like 8 points is exactly what it says. So, man, I'm trying to think, man. Like, because, man, I'll tell you one thing. I know if Baker was playing, I'd be playing the Falcons defense, no problem. I think I want Oh no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go take somebody cheap like Chenault because I think he's in a good spot. This is gonna make it really hard to not have a quarterback because I got two receivers now, you know, from the other team and stuff like that. I got two receivers and the running back here. It would have to be then the receivers get there with yards. Basically, it's like I said, you got to put a story together here. So the receivers have to get there with yards alone, which they can definitely do that since Atlanta gives up so many yards. And then you know they rush into touchdowns every time, so that way the quarterback doesn't get there. The only thing is if the quarterback does be able to stay in the game long enough to get the 300-yard bonus, then we're looking at 15 points automatically, even without a touchdown. So let me see. So for Mariota, who else would I want to put with Mariota? Do I want the running back Cordell Patterson, or would I go with like Algier or something like that, since he's getting the pass catching and stuff like that, and then maybe like a Kyle Pitts? Because I kind of like this because right here I got the option to take any of those quarterbacks if I wanted to, and as well as, but I think I would probably go ahead and just take Kyle Pitts and think Mariota gets to the, you know, touchdown. Like I said, they throw one maybe to Algier, maybe another one to Pitts, something like that. But Foreman gets all the rushing touchdowns and the receivers still get, you know, have a decent game and stuff like that. But it's like I said, it's hard picking the quarterback from that side. So I think I would roll with Kyle Pitts here, y'all, and leave the money on the table. And like I said, I could at least maneuver that and change different players there since I got so much money, which is great. So I really kind of like this lineup, y'all. And that's about it, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. Stay tuned. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do the showdown for, what is it, the Munich game or something like that. The game for, what is that, Brady versus, who are they playing again? The Seahawks. So Bucks versus Seahawks. So I guess I'm gonna do that one for the early morning this weekend. And then we got the Commanders and the Eagles on Sunday night. Or not, my bad, that's Monday night. And then on Sunday night we got the Chargers 49ers. So those showdowns will be up next. Hope y'all enjoyed this video here, man. It's your boy J Star. Thank you for all the likes, comments, subscribers, man. I appreciate all y'all. I'm out. Peace.